back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me just make myself smaller again. So what do we want to do? We want to go on to. Where do we want to go? Want to go on to? What is this thing? It is called. Oh, Oracle. It's Friday. It's Friday, folks. I can't wait for the weekend. I don't know about you. What's this? I don't know about you. It's really exciting. I don't know. It's not like there's anything super exciting going on the weekend. It's just, don't have to work. That's pretty great. I will miss you. I kind of wanted to stream on Sunday, but I can't. Hopefully some Sundays I'll get to do it, and we'll get to have a longer stream. We'll make sure to share. We probably need to create some social media for ourselves so that get some traction for the stream, and so that you may get some updates as well. Kind of follow what happened this stream if you could make it or something. Now where's the light? It's over there. Oh. All right, here we go. InfoSec stream. Ooh, we have a few people. Why is Hack the Boss always on? It's just out of curiosity. Yeah, it was just because yesterday. Yeah, it's bugging a little bit. All right. Yeah. Yesterday they were still there, the two of them. Did they fix this or? Hack the Box is still online. Oh, your CyberDoctor is supposed to be online, but they're not. What happened? The Shy Hat is gonna be online in 24 hours, I think. Maybe a little bit less, like 20 hours. And we are live. We're live. I wonder why it's not showing. All right. Oh, that was interesting yesterday. Going through that, the scripts. Oof. So folks, we're gonna keep doing some Bennett's just because it's really fun. Like yesterday, I couldn't stop talking. Not talking. I didn't talk about it with anyone because I don't know. They're not that fun at work to understand what real fun is. Whoopsies. Wait, Control Shift T. Over the wire is the one we want to keep. It was really fun. So yesterday, just to recap, we had to create our first script. Well, we created our first script 2 days ago. It's just that this time the script felt a bit different because we had to create it from scratch. For us, there was a while loop. We had to create variables and then update these variables. So much so, it was so much fun that I went afterwards on. Well, I had some presentations yesterday that were not very interesting. Maybe I should have listened a little bit more, but they just weren't that interesting. And what I did was, ask ChatGPT about, I like very much algorithms, and I want to, get good at hacking. As you can tell from this series, day 45, by the way. Nice. So I want to get good at hacking, and yeah, it suggested some things for me that could be fun, such as cryptography, CTFs, things like this that could be quite exciting to get onto. So I think that could be nice. Cryptography does scare me a little bit. It's like network a little bit. It's feels very distant, and cryptography also has this mathy part to it. It's very technical, abstract, but I don't think we need to get into all the depth of it in order to make sense. Maybe we do. Maybe we're not sure yet. Just this is gonna be a great adventure. We have a great adventure coming up, guys, folks. Some great things are gonna happen, so I'm super excited to share with you, really. All right, so this one we did 24, 25. We did it. It's time to do 25, 26. All right, logging into Bandit 26 from Bandit 25 should be fairly easy. Nice. The shell for user Bandit 26 is not bin bash, but somewhere else. Find out what it is, how it works, and how to break out of it. That sounds annoying. Just gonna say that. How to break out of it sounds annoying. I've been stuck in things way too long for it to be enjoyable. Note, if your Windows user and typical PowerShell into SSH Bandit, PowerShell is known to cause some issues with the intended solution to this level. You should use command prompt instead. Yeah, we don't do that. Who does that? Who is this person? That's okay. All right, so we need to log into Bandit 25, SSH, P Bandit, whoopsies, Bandit 25, labs over the wire, cool. Now we want to get to our password, copy this, and then boom, we're in. Who am I? There we go. Just tradition, folks. All right. We can close this for now. All right. We should be fairly easy. Okay. Find. How about? Whoops. Whoa. Oh, there's a flag here. CD. Wait, no. LS. I ran fine and it gave me different things. Bash logout. Bash RC. Okay. LS LA. Okay, so we have a few things. They're hidden. It's probably bash RC, no? So let's run it. Bash RC. Permissions denied. We can't run it. Remember something else. Find out what it is, how it works, and how to break out of it. Ooh, all right. Interesting. Folks, do we want some music for today? I think so. Let's see, Spotify. It's really too bad we can't play copyrighted music on Twitch. Kind of get it. I wish it was easier just to play music that you want versus having to find specific playlists for both you and me. Just like playing out real chill vibes. I don't think the sound should blast to you. No, it's not that. Oh, I hear it. Make sure it's not too loud for you. That's pretty good. Not loud enough for me, though. Not too loud for you. A little bit too loud now for me. That's pretty good for me. For you, you don't hear anything anymore. Nice. All right, folks. All right, permissions were denied. So bash permissions denied. Okay. I wish there was a few more algorithm exercises before moving on to something else. Maybe there will be. Bash RC. It's not bin bash, but something else. It is banner, bash logout, bash RC flag. Can I cat dot flag? Oops. Cat dot flag. Oh, it's probably okay. Bandit 25. I thought we had it. I was like, what the fudge? So probably the flag will be different when we get into as user 26. So, okay, bandit 26 SSH key maybe is what we need. All right, cat bandit. Can I just tab it? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so how do we... Oh, yeah, I think we've done this before. All right, we need this. So let's create a key. I think even we can exit here and create it on our own computer. Touch bandit 26.ssh key. Let's just recreate it on our computer. We can just nano it. Nano. Cool. Beginning RSA private key and the end. Control X. Yes. Alright, so now we can SSH key. We can use it. So SSH port, I think it's capital P. 2220. We want to go to bandit 26. At bandit dot labs dot over the wire.org, and then we say I is this. Sounds good. No, whoa, whoa, whoa. Calm down, person. There we go. This is it, no? Could not resolve host name P. Okay, it's probably a small p then. Wait, SSH. Let's see what we typed here. Maybe it's later, the P argument. What the hell happened here? Oh, this was from yesterday. Wait, no, what? Please enter the current password and PIN code. Try again. Correct. Ah, right, because they got rid of the stuff from before. Or SSH P220. What did we just type this morning? Yeah, it's capital P. No, it's not. We don't know. Oh, I thought it was either. Alright. Happy penguins. Touch. This was all on the machine. How do we connect to it? Alright. Here we did. Here we did. So it's P, small P, 220, bandit 24. It's, we just said small P, right? Could not resolve host name. I think this has to come later, no? The P220? The arguments? God, it's so annoying how it like starts shifting after. God. P2220. Maybe this makes a difference? I don't know. Weird that it didn't work before. Alright, unprotected private key. Oh, right. We have to edit. It is required your private key are not accessible by others. This private key will be ignored. Lowered bended bad permissions. So it's too open. Alright, let's just make it ch mod onto SSH private key, maybe 600. We can do the same. SSH key. No, it's not. It's not this one. It is. It is. What is the key? It's bandit 26. SSH key. Now I can try to run this again. Permission denied. Public key. What does that mean, public key? You're trying to log into SSH on port 22, which is not intended. You're trying to log over the wire. Okay, so I guess we should mention this earlier. Oh, mais non. Why is it going back when I just type this? I just want to go back. I don't want to shift through files. P2220. Whoops, 0. Could not resolve hostname P. Fuck, it's not a host name. Could not resolve hostname P or service unknown. How do I specify a port? Can't I just do... Maybe I can do this. I've seen this formatting before. No, mais no. Like when I long press this, it starts going to previous ones. Hey, what's up, MC? Order matters. So deep. Straight off the morning. Launching deep stuff. Yeah, order matters. 2220. Will this work? Could not resolve hostname bandit. No, name of service not known. Yeah, you're right. Order matters. And earlier it didn't. It tried to do port 22, so port should be mentioned earlier. I'm a little bit too late. Well, a little bit too lazy to DBL. Double check level 0 to see. That's a good point. Port 2220. We also led to level 1. Find out how to be level 1. SSH. SSH. Control F port. Yeah, bind address and port. You can do that as well. You can do P as well. Yeah, so I wonder why it doesn't work. Maybe it's a different port for this one. Connected to bend over while they're closed. Ooh. Ah, okay. I don't know why it worked this time. Port comes after the host. Yeah. There was no space? There's no space for it? Really? Well, whatever. It works. Oh, come on. Best viewer stream with.com. Oh. So spammy, so annoying. It really is destroying Streamboo's reputation. Alright. P2220 bandit 26. Okay, cool. So we have to then go into... I think we took notes on that. We need to, because it's not letting us stay. So we have to go to the SSH part, which was SSHRN, was it? The file. We saw it when we were in bandit 24. Folks, I fear we might have to go back to bandit 24 and check it out. It was called... Oh, that's a great one. Thanks, MC. Yeah, we're gonna add it to this. Best viewers and free viewers is a banned word. It would get sad if it false positive to someone. Wow, you have the best viewers, or and then you're going to also ban stream boo or something. That or make it a timeout versus a ban. Yeah, true. I'm gonna write in my to-do stuff. Block certain spammy stuff, such as stream boo or best viewers. Nice. Okay, cool. So we did this, and now we want to go directly into something. I think we made a cherry tree note on that. Cherry tree. Moving around Linux scripting. Was it scripting? No, probably not. It is probably connecting to stuff. CyberDoctor, nice. Wow, you have the best viewers ever. Yes, I do. Hey, CyberDoctor, it's been a little bit. How you been? I'm not sure why your color changed. I think you used to be orange and now you're white on my screen. Well, MC's always been green. MC's always green. Guy called Ghost is always red. Alright, we're looking for how to run things after we... Password. Okay, config downloads, so 80, no. Bandit 13, SSH private. Maybe we can just do this after. I've been good, just learning more web stuff, doing some bug bounties as usual. How about yourself? How's the tech insurance life? Good. Exciting stuff about the bug bounty. Is that your full-time job, CyberDoctor, or is that something you do on the side? Doing some bug bounties as usual. How about yourself? Good. Honestly, good. Better. The job calmed down a bit. Job calmed down, which wasn't really good. But yeah, like all this work and wave of work is kind of hitting everyone hard. People are a bit down, but I guess it's part of the work. I always find it interesting. That's a good thing about it. I always go and like, wow, like you get access to some pretty cool information about how businesses run, and I don't know, I like it. All right, enough. Their user share. Okay, maybe we can go directly from there as we did here. Where was it? Here. Home Bandit 13. We can go here. You can go into, what was it? Bash RN. I think it was bash RN. Okay, we have to connect to Bandit 23 for 25 folks and figure it out. What was the structure in that thing? Alright, cool. CyberDoctor is giving us some juicy news. Port 20. Let's go to 25. Password. What was the password? Oh, it's right here. Bandit game, 25. It's bash RC, not RN. We'll just copy this. So we'll have to do it from the outside. Temp. I think it's good temp. CyberDoctor. That's awesome. And bug bounties on the side for now. The goal is to get an application security job. Ooh, and I'm applying. Nice. Application security. That's pretty cool. There's so many companies that are, well, so many companies. They all say that they're moving towards secure by design and things like this. The thing is, yeah, there's a lot of recruitments going on for this kind of thing, and bug bounties also becoming bigger and bigger. Like, there's in cyber insurance, there's actually some underwriters. I'm not sure if you know what underwriters are. They're just analysts on behalf of the cyber insurance that actually write the insurance. More and more of them are asking, hey, do you have bug bounty programs? Like, and this is a question they will ask every insurer, every one of their clients to understand how they're exposed, because they think that bug bounty is somehow very relevant to understanding how their cybersecurity risk is exposed. I don't agree that it's that important. It's part of a whole defense in depth and security by design thing, but I don't know. I guess it is an indicator that's quite interesting to see. But nice that you're applying for application security. Do you know where you want to apply, in like which country? Or in the US? No, I'm assuming. Bandit 25, a bandit. Okay, so we got to see how it worked. Let's go out and we're gonna go back into bandit 26. Right, okay, so bash R, what was it? Bash R C. One letter away. Really? Can't solve bash RC. Do I need to get rid of this? Of the slash? Could not resolve bandit name. So I need to run something right after the bash. I need to go bash RC. Bandit game. What you could do? Connecting to stuff is probably where it is. We looked at this, it wasn't that. A key bandit 17 text. No. If you want to spawn a new shell, you can go into bin sh. Isn't it bin bash? It can be useful to execute as soon as you get into the machine. Oh. Then I guess I get... well, yeah, this is what we're trying to do as well. Okay, example, SSH pass is this. Alright, in this case, we don't need to do that. We just need to do this then. No semicolon or anything. No semicolon, we just go into... Just put slash. According to this. Just go bin sh. Or we'll see if order matters and we need to go thereafter. Oh, we don't know the password. Yeah, we need to exit here. Control C. We need to put this, and then I think afterwards we put this. I think I see, huh? I think I see what's going on. I think we're still gonna get... We're gonna get logged in here into bash. We're gonna be logged into bash RC, and then we're gonna need to run bash logout to get out and finally be inside the machine. But let's see. Ah, nice. CyberDoctor answered us. Let's see. Just gonna get this through CyberDoctor, and then we're We're gonna read this. Bash RC. Let's see. Okay, now we're into bash. Okay, can we exit? Exit. LSA. No, we're to bash, but it's not answering us. Cool. And then we need to run something within this command. I'm pretty sure here we need to say bash logout afterwards. We need to exit bash, do bash logout afterwards. So let's control C this shit. Okay. And then we can, maybe you can just do bash logout here. Bash underscore. Oh, well, I like how we didn't have to type the dot. We didn't type the dot and it still worked. Bash underscore logout. Will this work? Looks like we're still in bash RC. I'm gonna add a dot, see if it changes anything. Just out of curiosity. No, same thing. I guess a dot is optional. I'd love to hear it. I'm not a business minded, but if I had the funds, I'd like to have the extra help that running a bounty program can provide. I'd like to have the extra help that running a bug bounty program can provide. Like the extra financial help, you mean? I don't know, for a company. And yeah, I'm applying for work here in the US. Oh, that's nice. I think work in the US in cybersecurity is just much better. There's much more maturity, a little bit much higher of a risk really than we have here in Europe, which I guess it's better to be in Europe where the risk is lower, but if you want to be in cybersecurity, might as well be where the risk is highest. And we have to struggle way more for budgets and things like this in Europe. So yeah, US I think is pretty good, and you can make pretty good money in the US. Let's see here, I'm not business minded, but if I had the funds, I'd like the extra help that a bug bounty program can provide. Yeah, if you were a CISO, that's something you'd like to go for. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, there's also some companies that refuse to do bug bounty programs just because, like, for instance, like a very critical French institution that we were insuring didn't want to have that because they thought, well, it gives the open door to anyone and it makes it harder for us to monitor. And you know, once you find a bug, the value is super high because maybe you'll want to sell it instead of sell it to someone else versus telling the company about it because it's just access to critical information. I mean the technical help as far as identifying the vulnerabilities that your security team did not identify. Yeah, I think it's so good. It's really good, indeed. I was gonna say, yeah, but you have to make sure that the rules are set well and everything, but honestly I have no clue how bug bounty programs work. Maybe one day we can do a few, but yeah, if we look for bugs bounties, we can't really do it on stream, right? We have to do it a big lag, have to be, and then kills the idea of a stream. Yeah, bug bounty is it can be a bit solitary and like long, right? To try to, I think it's one of the challenging independent works, but if it works, you can make plenty of money. That's really good. Just need to get really good at it. All right, so bandit SSH key, we already have it. Banner logout. Can we just see flag, or am I wild here? Can we just run flag? Folks, am I hallucinating here? I'm probably sure it's gonna say permissions denied, no? Flag. Okay, so it doesn't seem to matter what I type here, it just takes us to whatever, but this is empty. Alright, so that flag. dot flag. So whatever we do, we kind of just seem to get stuck in this. Can I just type bash logout directly? There's an underscore here. So yeah, it doesn't seem to matter what we type here. What if we just type in, oops, Control C. What if we just type here like just a slash? Yeah, it's take us to the back end. What if we type nothing? Then connection closes. Huh. And here, what is this backend Gibson one? I'm not sure what this is. Is this a session that's just open? But it's not a bash session, right? If not, we'll get an answer. ls a. Who am I? I wonder how we get it to be a bit more interactive. Maybe we can check out with ChatGPT what this means. Just like, what is this? Can you tell me what this is? Am I in a bash session? I am not getting answers when I type text. It is thinking, that's great. I think it may be at maybe the slash at the end of the command. Yeah, the thing is, if we don't put that slash at the end of the command, it just logs us out. And so we need to have, we need to do something else. You connected over the wire bandit server. Using our, this is an over wire project. Okay, game server. The banner alone is not the shell prompt. Thank you. The most likely behavior you describe is a supplied trailing slash at the end of your SSH command, which SSH treats a remote command to execute rather than open an interactive shell. If you want to run a remote command, SSH prints out any output from that command. The banner MOTD still appears. And then the session ends. So you won't get into interactive bash prompt. Typing won't do anything to help. If you still don't get a prompt, try pressing enter once. Sometimes getting a prompt is still next line. Oh, okay. You ever trying to try that? Slash bin. No, it was bash rc. And we press enter. It's the next line. No. No at the end. Yes, we did that before, 600, so that worked. The backend is just a server identification, nothing you need to act on. Once you get in the interactive shell, you'll see a prompt, usually $ or hashtag, or something configured for that account. Trying to type commands will produce output. Okay. I think it may be the dash at the end of the command. Okay, so yeah, we did that. So how do we connect? Bash rc. All right. How do we connect to bash rc? Bash rc. So should it be running afterwards? I wonder what's going on. Or let's see how we did it before. Just make sure our notes from before connecting to stuff are still good. Yeah, so before in 13, what we did was just, oh, in 18, bin/sh. So that was good. And now we did /bashrc. Maybe there's more to it than bashrc. Is it, maybe is it not a, maybe it's a file. It's not a file, it's a directory or something. And I'm down to go back to Control-C to bandit, excuse me, to bandit 25 and see a little bit more how the box is built. Is it still the same thing? I don't think so. Our password was game, this one. Okay, now we can go LSLA. Can I CD into something? What is it? Oh, root. So these are owned by root. Some of them are owned by root. Some of them are lost. Okay, this is by root. Bandit 25. Okay. Banner bash logout. It's a little bit bigger here. Bash RC. Bash logout's quite small. So bash RC, how do we go there? We can do cd into .bash rc. It's not a directory. What is it? We can just have file .bash rc. So it's text, huh? So it's good. Is it the same thing as flag? Yeah. Type, or no, it's file. Okay. So file is going to give us a little bit better overview of everything. Okay. Does that make sense? I still don't know. For bandit 26, have you tried wrapping the command after authentication in quotes? SHI LSLA. We can try. I'm down. Exit. Exit. Same thing. I'm gonna try how to run bin bash on SSH connection. Articles from 12, almost 13 years ago. 2013 was almost 13 years ago, folks. Well, I don't know if who is this? Who is this that wrote this? BBG Scott was able to do it. Or user mod. I am greeted with a SSH environment. How do I change it so it starts to a bash environment? SSHT bash. What does SSHT do? Let's find it. T. Disable pseudo terminal allocation. And then this other T forces pseudo terminal allocation. This can be used to execute arbitrary on a remote machine, which can be very useful when implementing menu services. Multiple T options force TTY allocation even as SSH has no local TTY. That sounds pretty good, no? Where do we put the T though? Probably here? Maybe here. I guess we'll have to try. Yeah, that sounds promising. Yeah, I agree. Let's see. So we do slash bash RC. Huh, so it's closed. Alright, so we force pseudo terminal allocation. This can be used to execute arbitrary screen-based programs on machine. Or can we? Oh, we have to make it tiny? Really? We can't hide this on the right. Probably there's. There we go. Oh no, there's nothing on the bottom. I thought there was going to be a bar for moving around, but no. Alright, T says force pseudo allocation. This can be used to execute programs, arbitrary screen-based programs on a remote machine, which can be very useful, e.g. when implementing menu services. Multiple T options force TTY. Maybe you can try to do it later, the T. Let's try to do it later, just for science. Let's try to do it here. It closes us, huh? I guess maybe T is considered cheating and by over the wire and just skips. Wonder what's going on here. How to fix bash or auto run bin bash on SSH login. Okay. You just need to change your shell user as you run. After doing this, the prompt doesn't like. After doing this, the prompt doesn't look like you want. You'll need to start tweaking your environment PS1 variable. You need to change your shell. Run the command this. And then sign in again. What is CHSH? CHSH help. That didn't help, huh? Man. CHSH command changes the user login shell. This determines the name of the user's initial login command. A normal user may only change the login shell for her own account. The super user may change the login shell for any account. Okay, the CHSH, okay, makes sense. It's kind of like chmod, right? CH is just a thing for permissions or for change. CH command changes the user login shell. A normal user may be only able to change the shell for her own account. The super user may change the login account for any account. Okay. So this shell root Do we need to do this, folks, you think? I mean, you can try to run it. It's just, I don't really know where. Maybe here. Maybe we need to remove T. It looks like we're stuck again. Alright. Let's see what the AI has to say. I want to run bash rc as I log in. How should I structure my prompt? Oh, this song sounded very familiar. Never mind. Alright, don't use ch. Yeah, this is bullshit. Chexec specifies the path of a valid login shell. Bin bash. Use listed. Bash rc is rc file, not a shell executable. Okay. chs, okay, sets a login shell, a program like bin bash, bin sh, bin zsh. Okay. Bash rc or etc. Oh, startup files read by bash, not shells themselves. Okay. Pointing is at rc will fail. Okay, so correct options. Make your shell read. Whoa, it's doing an if. No way. Wait, what? It's telling us to run an if command. If f home bash rc, then dot home bash rc. Maybe we should just type this in after logging in. Just type an if command. I highly doubt it's gonna work. This thing has been dead. Whoops. Yeah, I shouldn't press shift. Control C, and here I should. I can't copy this. Oh, I should control shift V. I guess, yeah. So I could, no, I can't do control Z, whatever. Then quote. Exit. The fuck have I done? Then quote. See. Oh, wow. Bandit 26. Yes. And then I type this. No, it doesn't work. That doesn't work. It's just not accepting any input. It's dead at that point. We need to find a way to log in a bit better. Alright. No, control, we can do control C. And we can remove this. Yeah, we know it's not brilliant. Bash logo. Why do you want to suggest bash logo? Oh, log out. Yeah. Alright, if f home bash rc, then home bash rc. If I now... okay. You want to do... I think they want us to run cat home. Wow. So what ChatGPT is suggesting is that we write cat into home bash profile eof if home. I don't know if we can write into this. I highly doubt we can write into this because it's shared, right? Like Bandit is a shared computer. Folks, I don't have the viewer count, so I really don't know. If there's people that just joined, we are doing Bandit version 26, and we must connect to the bash of this Bandit 26. And we don't really know how. We have a key here, so that's good. We can connect. But then if we don't mention anything, it just logs us out. So we have to find a way to go into bash RC, which we know is the name of the bash. And so ChatGPT is suggesting different things. But I'm pretty sure we can't write anything. Otherwise, everyone would just be writing all the things everywhere all the time, and that'll be annoying. So if f home bash rc, then home bash rc. Yeah. Maybe we don't need to do this. I think maybe just running this afterwards. And if I didn't know we could just run something. Control C. Could just run something afterwards. Whoopsies. No. Leave me alone. The fuck? Alright. We don't want that. We definitely want to do a backslash. And then running this. What do you think, folks? Near then. Maybe the backslash is the answer. Backslash dot bash rc. Oh, same shit. Oh man. Come on. That happens to the snippet, bash profile to remote server, change your login. Okay. key. You try that? Okay, if you really need to. Change your login shell to bash. No, I don't need to do that. I mean, we really need to, yeah, in a way. Requires to change the password or admin privileges. Many game servers like Bandit do not allow you to do the same. Changing the shell, exactly. Bash RC immediately. If you're already connected or the SSH you ran a command to access it, source it. Source bash RC. What will it tell us? Source bash RC. I wonder, what does bash RC tell us? I think we need Bandit 26. No, let's do Bandit 25 again. There we go. And we can source it. Maybe we need a little bit more information. Okay, so it understands it, just doesn't have a source. Oh yeah, it's weird that it's just... What does source do, actually? Man source. Oh, there's no such thing as source? No manual entry for resource. Okay, source. Source file name, execute the command from a file in the current shell. Read and execute the commands from a file name in that current shell. Oof. Ah, yeah, it's a challenging one today. Oh. MC, what do you think? Is it time for us to... Because you suggested that we should do this after some time. Go back and do hack the box for some time before coming back to bandits. Do you think this is a turning point? What's the task? I mean, it feels super simple. We have to log into... We have to SSH into something and then get into bash rn straight away. Otherwise it takes us nowhere. So we've been running a few things to start bash. Did it say that on the website? The website says logging into Bandit from Bandit 25 should be fairly easy. The shell for user Bandit 26 has not been bash, but something else. We know it's bash rn. Find out what it is, how it works, and how to break out of it. So there's also a bash logout that I think is the way to log out. So all we need to do is really log into this bash and then log out of it, and then we're going to have clear control over the machine. That's my thought. But for some reason it feels more... Okay, actually maybe there's this as well that we can use. Cat more vi ls id pwd. What is that again? Read up on SSH. All right. SSH manual. All right. Time to read up, folks. SSH is a program for logging into a remote machine and for executing commands on a remote machine. It is intended to provide a secure encrypted communication between two untrusted hosts over an insecure network. Tough task. SSH connects and logs into the specified destination, which may be specified as either user at hostname or URI in the form of SSH user at hostname port. Okay. The user must provide their identity to the remote machine using several methods. Yeah, you can do a password. You can do a file as well. SSH shell. Yeah, okay. SSH shell, let's see. I mean, you said read up on it, so we'll get some information on the way as well. Selects the cipher specifications for encrypting sessions. Cipher specifications for encrypting sessions. Cipher specs is a comma delimited special. Okay, whatever. D bind address port. Okay. Config file F. Okay, what do we want? We want to read on shell. All right, let's read shell. Shell. Oops, excuse me, shell. All right, SSH is a program. Okay, if a command specified, it will be executed on the remote host instead of login shell. A complete command line may be specified as command, or it may have additional comments. If supplied, the arguments will be appended to the command separated by spaces before it is sent to another server to be executed. To the server to be executed. Okay. There's 22 matches, so we have a bit to read, folks. When the user's identity has been accepted by the server either executes the given command in a non-interactive machine and gives users a normal shell as an interactive session. All communication with the remote command or shell will be automatically encrypted. Okay. The session terminates when the command or shell on the remote screen exists. All X11 and TCP connections have been closed. Okay. If the forward X11 variable is set to yes and the user is using X11, the connection to the X11 display is automatically forwarded to remote shell, the remote side, in such a way that X11 program started from the shell will go through the encrypted channel. Okay, I think we're good. Display, probably not what we want. SSH TTY. Oh, we read about this earlier when we read about T. Remember, folks? This is set to the name of the TTY path of device associated with the current shell command. If the current version session has no TTY, this variable is not set. This is set to the name of the TTY path to the device associated with the current shell or command. Okay. Command in this file are executed by SSH when... Okay. Read up on SSH shell. Alright, manual financial reports from SSH.com investors. Yes, that's what we came after, right? CyberDoctor learns hacking. We're hacking companies' financial reports. The fuck is SSH company? OT security. Oh wow. Wait, there's no way SSH is private, no? Wow, Swiss Airlines uses it. It's pretty powerful. Must be a good solution if Swiss Airlines uses it. Pretty sure you could say anything here. You could put like, oh yeah, maybe nothing illegal, but okay, annual report, SSH shell. Wait, what? Port, username, host name, gen key. What if we want to run a command? Copy a file from the machine to a local remote directory. Huh? We can't. I don't think we can copy anything. Copy a local directory to the remote server. Transfer files between system via SFTP. Compress and transfer directory from local to remote host to remote server. Compress and transfer remote directory local machine. No. Synchronize. No. List command. How about execute? Change file permissions. Okay. Folks, I need to go. I'll be back in like 10 minutes. Sorry about that. Hopefully you'll still be around. Let me just put up a penta thing that we usually do. Or we had to do it once. How do we write something here? Back at 7:23. All right, folks, be right back. Mic muted indeed. Thank you very much, MC. Same shit. Same fucking shit. And maybe we can take a little break from bandits. What do you think, folks? Take a little break, come back when we got a little bit more strength in our back, and destroy it. I don't know, it's been very fun, bandit, but now like SSH into something is less fun than building. I mean, it's important, but a little bit boring. Versus when we had to like fetch passwords, run scripts. That was fun. I'm not sure if it's objectively fun for everyone or if it's just yep, water light. You won't see my face there so well. If it's because it's just not fun for everyone or it's just not fun for me, or I don't know. Did you guys enjoy yesterday and the day before better? I did a little bit better. Well, a lot better. I had so much fun yesterday. Yeah, as I said, I was thinking about it the whole time. All right, the whole time yesterday was at work. I was like, wow, that was fun today. Can't wait to get back. But now I got back to this, and it's like, ugh. I think it just gets better as you have more level. chmod plus home bash. Okay, probably won't be able to modify anything there. When you get sucked, just look at the walkthrough so you can learn what to do. All right, fuck it. Walk through Bandit 25 over the wire. Okay, 10-minute. No, we're not gonna watch this. A little bit of theory each. All right. I like theory a little bit. If it's a little bit, I'll take it. Each user has a user default shell. This is especially important when using SSH because this is the shell that will be displayed. The information what shell is the default for a user can be found at the end of a line for user in the etc password file. More is a shell command that allows the display of files in interactive mode. Specifically, this interactive mode only works when content of the file is too large to be fully displayed in the terminal window. One command that is allowed to run in interactive mode is v. This command will open the file in the editor vim. Okay. Vim is a text editor. It enables you to run shell commands as well. It is possible to use Vim to break out of a restricted environment and spawn a shell. To spawn the user's default shell, the command shell is used. To change the shell to bin bash, the command is set shell equals bin sh. Okay. Wow, it's tiny. So bandit 25 cat etc password gerp bandit 26. Oh, what? So they logged into bandit 25 and then they cat etc password and they found bandit 26. So bandit 26 returned the following: bandit 26 x 11026 11026 bandit level 26 home bandit 26 user bin show text. Whoa, what? First we need to check the what shell? The user 26. We do this by looking in the correct line in the password file. Cat text etc password gerp Bandit 26. LS, LA, user bin show text. RWXR, that means we can read, write, execute, and that other folks can read, execute. Okay. Root 53, excuse me. May 7, 2020, user bin. Bandit 25 at bandit cat user bin show text. More text. We can see that it refers to a script called show text that opens a file called text.txt with the more program. Then we look into the home directory of the current user. We find a private SSH key. We can use copy paste the private key to file in our machine. To be able to log in, we need to limit the rights of the key. Yeah, chmod. Yeah, we put 600, but it works still. When trying to log in, we see the connection is closed because our user bin show text is executed. How was it able to show text? What exactly happened? The text is text.txt is very short, meaning the whole text can immediately be displayed. The more does not need to go into command interactive mode. If we make the terminal window smaller, more will go into command mode. We can then use the V to go into Vim. Now we can rescale the window. Vim is now open as bandit 26. We can use different things to retrieve the password. With the etc bandit /pass bandit 26, we can open the password file. We can open the password file and read the password. If we want a shell, we could try the shell command that Vim offers. This command, however, uses the user's default shell. What we need to do instead is to set the default shell of the user in Vim to a useful shell like bin bash. The command looks like the following: set shell equals bin bash and then use shell. Finally, we have a shell. We can get the password for the user. Whoa. Vim is now open as bandit 25 and we can do different things to retrieve the password. So we're stuck in a Vim text here, huh? Maybe we can just retrieve this here. I don't know, it doesn't seem to work. How do you exit this Vim? Can I exit? Oh wait, Control X? No. How do you exit a Vim? Connection to Vimsicle. What exactly happened? Yeah, the text in text.txt is very short, meaning the whole text can immediately be displayed. More does not need to go into command interactive mode. More will go into command mode. If we make the terminal window smaller, more will go into terminal. We can use V to go inside Vim. Now we can rescale the window. The fuck, we have to scale windows and stuff like this? Vim is now open as bandit 26. We can do different things to retrieve the password with E. Bandit pass bandit.txt bandit 26. We can open the password file and read the password. If we want shell, we could try the shell command that Vim offers. Folks, I think we need a YouTube video. Oh, this one's a bit shorter. Well, we need to take a little ad break. Sponsored by Miravia. This dude makes memes about fake AI videos. He's like imitating it. All right, we can maybe stop the music on this, or well, let's keep it.
Begin our next challenge, level 25. For this level, there is a key file available, which will help us to log in to Bennett 26.
Yeah, so this we found. We saved it onto our computer.
We type yes.
Okay, we didn't ask really about the yes part.
But we immediately got logged out again. Last time we encountered this problem in level 18, they modified the .bashrc file to log us out immediately after we logged in. We solved this in the following way. However, this won't work here, because as indicated, the shell is not bin bash. So this terminal command won't work in this level. First, let's figure out which shell interpreter Bennett 26 has. This information is stored in the etc. password file. So here we have all the users of our system, including the Bandit accounts. Let's filter for Bandit 26, because that's the information we want.
All right, let's do it with them. Control X or Control C. We gotta go back to Bandit 25, Bandit over the wire. This is not good, no? Oops. Let's find the password. Control C, Control Shift V. Ay. Should work. No? Bandit 25. Should be good. Nice. Not sure what happened. Oh, maybe I typed two things. All right, this is gone. So we want a cat etc password. Cat etc slash that's true. Cat slash etc, yeah. Wait. Oh, PISSWD. Okay, nice. And then we want a grep for Bandit. Dit 26. So we find it here. Home Bandit user show text. Okay, so now we know where the password is. That's under home bandit user bin show text. Okay.
Let's analyze this file format. So first we have the username, in this case bandit26. Then we
That's not the password. Yeah, no. It's just a place where the password is stored, no?
We have the password, but if there is just an X here,
yeah, the shell uses. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Is stored in etc. shadow. But mostly this is only readable by the root authority, which is for security purposes. Then you have the user ID of Bandit26, the group ID, the user ID info, Bandit level 26, the home directory of this user, and then the command shell interpreter. In this case, it is located at user bin show text, which is what we were looking for.
Yeah. Okay, so now we have a Hugo Boss ad. Never buy Hugo Boss. Never. All right, so now maybe we can exit. I'm not sure why we exit every time. We could maybe just do it, run the SSH from this machine. So let's just copy this. This is where the bash is then. Shift C. Exit. Let's just put this in temp. Temp notes. This is where the bash is, I guess. So let's go into this one. And then we want to go into user bin show text. Same thing, no? Maybe they do it differently on the website. Let's see. Little Hugo Boss ad for everyone. Oh wow, Christmas music started.
Normally, an interpreter file is in a non-readable format. For example, if we analyze bin bash, this is not in an ASCII format, so it's not very readable. But however, if we analyze show text, it is in ASCII format, so it should be readable.
Alright, 1 sec. Let's just maybe we're making a big mistake by not connecting to Bandit 25 and then SSHing from there. Oh shoot. Alright, we can just copy it in temp. Disconnects us immediately. Okay. So it says that it should. Okay, so by running file, we're able to understand what it's made up of. Okay, so it says POSIX shell script. Okay.
So this is a file that will be executed first thing after logging in to Bandit 26. So upon logging in, the Linux string is stored in the global term variable. Then the exec command is used. The exec commands will replace the current process with a new process. So in this case, this process will have precedence over whatever was running. Then the more command will be used. More is a filter for paging through text one screenful at a time. In the environment variables, we can see the global term variable, which was set earlier right here, and it indicates the terminal type used by More to get the terminal characteristics necessary to manipulate the screen, and then it exits. So that's the general gist of this shell interpreter. Now, how do we manipulate this file? The key is in the more command. Let me give you a visual of how this command works. So here we got a file with 10 lines. Let's use the more command. With more, every file is shorter than the length of the terminal window. It gives us the same functionality as cat. But remember, more pages through text one screen size at a time. So if we reduce the length of the terminal window, and we try again, then we see that the more filter is active. And here we can give some input.
What the fuck?
So let's see what input we can give.
I mean, yeah, but that's why we're talking about making terminal windows
the
smaller.
V command is very useful because it starts up an editor. So let's apply this. We first resize our screen, then we try to log in again. We type yes. And now we are in the more command. Once we got this, we can resize our window again to make it more clear. So first we hit V to enter an editor. Now there are two ways for us to access our next password. First, and this is not specified in these more manual pages on the Bandit server, but in my local instance it is specified. We can use the :E option to examine a new file. So let's do this.
Fucking bananas. We needed, all right, folks, so this information you need to know. Yeah, I know, MC. You need to know that. Wow, but if you don't, how do you freaking figure it out? Okay, so folks, what we should have done is figured out that from Bandit 25, we should have gone under like you just did with the project. Then you learn and take notes on it. Yeah. That's very true. So folks, what we should have done was understanding a bit better Bandit 25 and then go in user bin short text. And then with this, you can figure out different things. CD USR bin show text. Not a directory. Okay. What do we do? Okay, let's make this bigger. We don't need to make the window tiny just yet. So, if we want to get information, I think let's start a new thing on the add node. Maybe we can call it use selected color. Let's do a different one. Purple. We want to do information gathering. Isn't you supposed to use a custom color? Oh, it kind of is. Cat ECC password group bandit 27. And then it displays this. Oopsies. No, I didn't want to do that. What the fuck have I done? Oh, I just wanted to copy, not X. Oh, man. Cat. Today feels like the computer's a bit grumpy, huh? Or is it me? Maybe it's me. Cat /etc/ PAWD, and then we grep bandit 26. And after that, we get this information. Bandit 26. Now let's get it. Let's break it down. Is a user. X means what? What does X mean? They were saying in the video. Whoops. This is not the right video. Okay, there we go.
Here we have all the users readable by the root authority, which is for security purposes. Then you have the user ID of Bandit 26, the group ID, the user ID info, Bandit level 26,
etc no slash shadows. Shadow, just one. And then 10, no, excuse me, 11026 is the UID, and then 11026 again is the GID for general ID. Bandit level 26.6 is the UID info. And the last thing is what? Oh, there's two more.
The home directory of this user, and then the command shell interpreter. In this case, it is located at user bin show text.
Home directory location. Okay. And then the last one, slash USR slash bin slash show text is the command shell interpreter.
Which is what we were looking for. Now normally an interpreter file is in a non-readable format. For example, if we analyze bin bash, this is not in an ASCII format.
And so let's try to run.
So it's not very readable. But however, if we analyze show text, it is in ASCII format. So it should be readable.
Is an executable, and then you say here file this, and it's a text executable, so it should be readable. And so it says here export. We're supposed to see that. So let's cat this file, no? Let's cat slash USR slash bin slash show text. And so exe, as we saw in the video, is basically cancels the previous thing and does this instead. So it sees more of text. Can I see text.txt? That's probably on home. It's probably on Bandit 26's. Yeah, it's probably on Bandit 26's home. So yeah, we can't see it. Okay. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna need. Let's go back to where we were.
Window again to make it more clear. So first we hit V to enter an editor. Now there are two ways for us to access our next password. First, and this is not specified in these more manual pages on the Bandit server, but in my local instance it is specified. You can use the :E option to examine a new file. So let's do this. And the file we want to access is our Bandit to enter an editor. Now there are two ways for us to access our next password. First, the V command is very useful because it starts up an editor. So let's apply this. We first resize our screen, then we try to log in again. We type
disconnected. Should we make it even smaller?
Type yes. And now we...
Strange. It's too big? Yes. Oh. The fuck? This is tiny. Already. Well, what else am I supposed to do? Yes.
Editor. So let's apply this. We first resize our screen, then we try to log in again. We type yes.
Bro went super fast.
Then
I was trying to pause at the
log
right
in
moment,
again.
just when he puts the command. Alright.
Resize our screen, then we try to log in again.
Okay, bandit.ssh key. Yeah. Yeah, this is basically what we did. It's exactly the command we have here. Just slightly different order, but doesn't matter. Or maybe it does matter. Alright. I can't make it smaller than that, folks. We can't make it smaller. Yes. Yeah. Oh, sure. I'll hide you for a sec. Oh man, no, there it is. There's the camera. Okay. So we have the smallest possible screen, and now we press enter. We press enter. Just didn't work, folks, huh? Is it because I want a machine, or is it on like a local machine? It's weird. It smells like cinnamon a bit, no?
No.
Okay. See the. All right, we're back. Folks, I don't know why it's not working. Should have made it smaller, I guess.
We type
We
yes.
do exactly that, and then it doesn't work.
And now we are in the more.
But maybe there's something with our shell or something. There's another way. Look, this is really small, right? You're on bandit 26. Yeah, so for it to show, are you on bandit 26 for it to show the message when you log in? I mean, I'm on bandit 25 trying to log to bandit 26. I think it's just like this guy's doing. Bandit 5 at bandit. You're on 25 trying to log in. Yes, this guy is also on 25 trying to log in, no?
Command is very useful.
Oh. Yeah, I think I know what's happening. I think I know exactly what's happening. The bandit 26 key is not. He's on 25 to look at the script that ran on 26. Wait, so it knows where bandit 26 SSH key because it's already in the home directory here. So this is not an issue. You're on 25 trying to log in. He's on 25 trying to look at the script that ran on 26. Yeah, and then he tries to log in afterwards.
Then we try to log in again.
See, oops, he does the same thing as we do here.
Then we try to log in again.
So SSHI, bandit26 SSH key, yeah. Bandit26 at localhost. Yeah, localhost probably matters, huh? No? Probably, maybe this doesn't connect to the internet? You think it matters? Yeah, probably. No authentication. Okay, so there's definitely something wrong here. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought for resources purposes. Okay, so let's log out, exit. That's what I thought. Okay. Alright, bandit26 SSH key. I think we can just go for that. We already saved the thing on our local machine MC. The key is here, so we should be good. Okay, there we go. We got more now. Amazing. Easy peasy. We can type E. E, do, semicolon. Was that the thing?
Once we got this, we can resize our window again to make it more clear. So first we hit V to enter an editor. Now there are two ways for us to access our next password. First, and this is not specified in these more manual pages on the Bandit server, but in my local instance it is specified. We can use the :E option to examine a new file. So let's do this. And the file we want to access is our bandit26 password file, which is located at the same place it always is. And we successfully obtained
Aye, aye, aye. Almost there, folks, huh?
bandit26 password file, which is located at the same place it always is. And we successfully obtained our password. Now, the second way is to start a base shell with a bash interpreter. So first, let's exit it. Located at the same place it always is. And we successfully obtained our password. Now, the second way is to start a base shell with a bash interpreter.
No write. We're not trying to write, we're just trying to recover a password. It's kind of crazy. You can write commands within Vim.
So first, let's exit this file by hitting :Q. Let's enter the editor again by hitting V. So we want to set the shell to bin bash, because now the shell is still set to show text. So we do this in the following way. We hit enter, and then
set shell equals /bin/bash.
we hit the colon again, and we type shell.
Oh, holy shit. Oh, we're on home. There was flag. Cat flag. Oh, there was a flag. No, that was on actually on Bandit 26 home directory.
To start up a shell. So now we have a Bandit 26 terminal at our hands. We can read the password file again. And this is a second way to retrieve our password. Let's log out. And because we didn't actually...
And we can cat. Wow. That's really powerful. Cat etc bandit pass bandit 26. Holy moly. Oh, they changed the password since too. Cool, folks. We did it. Yippee. Oh, there's a few learnings here. Hack the box, scripting. Shall bandit game. Bandit 26. Does that qualify as moving around Linux? I think so. When you're a Vim, you can exit, you can escape to a bash by running colon set shell bin bash
Okay. Enter. And then we hit the colon again. And we type shell. To start up a shell. So now we have a Bandit 26 terminal at our hands. We can read the password file again.
This gives you a terminal.
And this is a second way to retrieve our password. Let's log out. And because we didn't actually log in to this subshell, we can't use logout, but we can use exit or Control D to exit. Then we exit this editor by hitting colon Q to quit. We exit the more command by hitting Q, and then we log out. Now we log in again with this password. Set the shell. Restart the shell. And we successfully registered our completion. Let's head over to the Reach Out website.
Well, you can get points? Okay, doesn't matter a ton. We're not here for the points. What are we here for? We're here for the learnings, for hanging out with MC, for hanging out with all of you folks. Thanks a ton for being here, folks. It was not an easy day, huh? I don't know, I didn't feel like I was that entertaining. Usually I have a bit more energy. This kind of killed it. I don't necessarily like this kind of hacking. Prefer a bit more like building stuff to destroy, like we did in the previous episodes with scripts. So I think it's something that we can explore a little bit more. If it's something we like and we can become good at, then it's yeah, it's about learning, and that's maybe why as well. It's about MC saying that it's really not about hacking Bandit, it's about learning Linux. Maybe it's why it's a little bit less fun. But I mean, it is hacking because you do have to think outside the box a bit. Oh, there's more. So if there's more, maybe we should make our window tiny so it doesn't finish executing more and stuff like this. So it's very clever. Very clever to do this. So yeah, it's just part of the learning process, right? Once we get it a bit more, we won't have to do as many of those. I guess we always have to learn more about Linux. It's just that we have to do way more of it right now because we don't know too much about it. Like that more part or going into Vim from a pager, you will use at some point when hacking, of course. And even then we'll develop the reflexes. Oh, we're in Vim or we're in Nano or something. We'll know that this is possible to escape, and we can know that there's pages to do that and stuff, which we don't necessarily have these reflexes as a beginner. So by having seen some similar situation, we'll be able to go faster in the current situation. That's not exactly like the one we've seen, but just get experience, right? This is what experience is for. Folks, MC, CyberDoctor, and all the folks watching, thank you very much for being here. Hope you had fun watching this. I had a little bit of fun today, not as much as usual, but it's like this. Some days you need to learn, and some days you need to have fun. So it's really good when you can combine the two, but sometimes it just doesn't unfold this exactly this way. So folks, we'll end it for today. Ooh, there's a bit it's a bit messy here. We'll end it here for today. Lovely having you, and I will see you very soon on Monday. Monday, 6 a.m. Let's go, squad. So that's 6 a.m. for me is 2 hours and 12 minutes ago. So yeah, 1 day and 22 hours we see each other. That's nothing. That's 24. That's 56 hours, right? No, it's 46 hours. Damn, math is hard. Yeah, 56. I don't know. It's in a while. Cool, folks. Enjoy the weekend. Lovely having you. And math wasn't mathin'. Oh, and you should start stream 10 minutes before ready to give some people time to come in. You think so? And have a countdown or something. Yeah, probably. That'd be nice. Give some time for people to come in. Yeah, and maybe like if I take a break or something, maybe having a countdown there as well. There's a lot of things I need to improve. Now we were able to do a stream, so that's pretty good. We got this improvement. Now, yeah, you're right. It's probably time to get some designs and stuff like this. I also want to get a notification because I've been getting a little bit of raids, and I think it's more fun if it comes in with a notification. A notification sound and everything, and an announcement. Just like as a, it's a little bit of a thank you for the streamer that also sent the viewers over. So I think I should invest some time into that. So yeah, there's a lot of improvements to do on the stream. Hopefully this Sunday I'll be able to do it, and we'll have an amazing stream on Monday. Cool, folks. MC, CyberDoctor, folks, just chilling out. Thank you very much for being here, and I'll see you Monday. Ciao, everyone.